What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update, and we're getting down to the wire for the next stimulus check and the next stimulus package. I actually got some really good news, and then I got some kind of not good news, and then we got some scary news. I'm going to give you all the details of what's going on. We got a lot of new breaking information, brand new stuff that has just come out today, and we're going to get right into it. Oh, but first, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up or a like down below. It really helps out our channel. My wife and I do all the research for you every single day and bring it all to you in a quick, concise video. And don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. This way you won't miss out on future videos. My wife will be jumping on camera with me tonight on the end of our 8 p.m. video to give you guys some commentary and to kind of hang out with you guys a little bit and discuss the presidential debate. Wow, was that a hot mess? I knew it was going to be that way. We'll talk about it at the end of our 8 p.m. video tonight. Okay, first up, we will have a government shutdown tonight at midnight if the Senate does not pass a bill to prevent the shutdown, the government shutdown today. They have to pass this bill today or the government will shut down tonight at midnight, literally less than 24 hours after the Hot Mess Express presidential debate. We're now going to have a new hot mess of the government shutting down unless the Senate passes this bill today. Boy, talk about waiting down to the last minute, down to the wire. That's just typical of Congress, isn't it? Let's wait till the last minute, which it feels like what they've been doing with the stimulus package and with the stimulus check also. Let me know down below in the comments, do you think we're going to see another government shutdown? I mean, we're literally down to the wire. I mean, we're going to find out today. I may have an update for you guys in my 8 p.m. video on that, but it's a 50-50 at this point. Next up, the Democrats are considering voting on their new stimulus bill, what they're calling the HEROES Act Revised, which has stimulus checks in there, an unemployment extension at $600 per week, money for small business owners through the PPP Act, and rent and mortgage assistance, along with several other things. They are considering voting on that bill today. House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer told rank-and-file Democrats on a conference call that he plans to bring the slimmed down $2.2 trillion bill stimulus package to the floor on Wednesday afternoon if no deal with the White House materializes before then, according to sources on the call. Now, Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin for the Republicans have been talking every single day, and they've both been saying that a lot of progress has been made. In fact, we actually have some conflicting reports from Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin or about him. We have one report that says that the Republicans and the White House team are going to release their own bill of what they want to spend, around $1.5 trillion of what the Republicans want to see, and that they will release their own stimulus bill. Reports are saying that Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin is going to have a counter-offer to Nancy Pelosi's $2.2 trillion offer of somewhere around $1.5 trillion. And I'm not sure if that's going to fly with the Democrats. There is a theory, and this theory has been going on for several weeks now, that the Republicans are just playing coy and show that they want to negotiate, but they know in their back pocket that they're just going to pass the stimulus checks through a presidential executive order before the election. And now with October starting, we're pretty much there at this point because it's going to take a week or two to start getting the checks out to people. And Congress goes back to recess or back to their states here very soon so they can go back and campaign for their re-election campaigns. So there's been a lot of speculation that the Republicans might not actually want to make a deal and that they are just showing that they want to make a deal in good faith, or so they say, and that their ultimate goal is to pass the stimulus check through a presidential executive order and make President Trump look like the hero instead of having an agreement with the Democrats and the Republicans and pass the stimulus package with a bipartisan agreement. And this way, each side kind of gets half the credit. This way, the president would get all the credit and the Democrats wouldn't get any credit, and they'd have to go back to their states. A lot of the Democratic people that are up for re-election, like Nancy Pelosi, all the House members, and 1/3 of the Senate, those Democrats would have to go back to their states saying that they actually didn't make a deal and they didn't help out their people for months before the election. Let me know if you do think that is the plan of the Republicans and the White House. I mean, if you're a Republican fan, that is a pretty, dare I say, it's a good plan, but it's also kind of shady. Like you're not negotiating in good faith. But I mean, again, this is just speculation. But I do think the president is going to do everything he can to get a stimulus check passed. The stimulus package is better for America because it has a lot more than the stimulus checks. It has the unemployment money. It has the money for schools. It has the money for small businesses. It has rental assistance, which you actually might get another check from rental and mortgage assistance, not just the stimulus check and not just the unemployment. So we do actually want to see a stimulus package passed because there's a lot more relief in there for average everyday Americans than just the stimulus check. Now, in conflicting reports, Steve Mnuchin says that the aid package that includes a stimulus check and unemployment extension could be agreed on by Thursday. So this is a little bit conflicting from the other reports that Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin may try to unveil their own package or their counteroffer to Nancy Pelosi. I feel like if they unveil a counteroffer, that pushes us a little bit farther away. I don't know if I'd see an agreement by tomorrow if he unveils a counteroffer and a whole bill that they have to go through and figure out all the details of. I feel like they could do it through the negotiations over the phone because, again, they could just say, okay, I agree, or, one side agrees or the other side agrees, and then we have a deal. On Wednesday, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said that the White House plans to give Democratic leaders another counteroffer. They'd increase their offer of $1.3 to $1.5 trillion and include provisions that would allow the package to rise to $2 trillion if the pandemic persists beyond a certain point. Now, these automatic boosters were included in the Problem Solvers Caucus, and it'll be interesting to see if this bill from the Republicans, if we get to see it, if they release it, or if it just goes to Nancy Pelosi, or if it's just a counter offer to Nancy Pelosi. It'll be interesting to see if this bill can go from $1.5 to $2 trillion because they have automatic boosters in there, which could include a second or a third stimulus, I should say a third stimulus check because the second stimulus check would be now, and a third stimulus check next year. That is what the Problem Solvers Caucus bill had. It had a third stimulus check in March of 2021, about 6 months from now. If the pandemic continues, then there would be automatic provisions in this bill or in the Problem Solvers Caucus bill to give a third stimulus check in March of 2021, and also the same thing for unemployment. It basically had an unemployment extension now of $450 per week from the Problem Solvers Caucus bill. The Democrats want $600 per week in their HEROES Act revised. Okay, if the Republicans unveil a bill or a counter, they also could have automatic provisions to have another unemployment extension boost or extension in 2021. And that could be the reason why the bill would go from $1.5 to $2 trillion. There's also some rumors or mumblings that a lot of Republicans, which they need Republican support in the Senate, don't want to approve any bill that goes over $1.5 trillion. I'm not sure if that's a big issue or not, because if the Democrats support a bill, they only need 15 votes in the Senate from Republicans. So they only need 15 votes. And if President Donald Trump endorses a bill, I think they'll get that for sure. And President Donald Trump has said that go for the larger package because this money all comes back to America and Americans, anyways. It's not like this is debt that we're loaning out to another country that we have to pay back and we have interest on it. This isn't debt. This is money that just goes to the American people or American businesses or schools in America, and then the money gets spent in America. So they give money out to Americans, say stimulus checks, and then people go and spend that on their rent, food, car payments, clothes for their children. All that stuff then goes back into American businesses, and it just stimulates the economy. It keeps the stock market afloat. It prevents people's 401ks from dropping, and it just goes back to Americans. With that being said, stocks surged today on new stimulus hopes. Wall Street seems to think that there will be a new stimulus agreement and a stimulus package. The Dow Jones was up almost 500 points today, which is a pretty big spike for a one-day gain in the stock market. This is on hopes that there will be another stimulus package passed. That would be significantly good news for our economy. It pretty much would be the best news that Wall Street could get at this point is passing another stimulus package, an unemployment extension, money for small businesses, stimulus checks, all that stuff just sends money into the economy, which people can then use that money to basically, buy things and pay their rent and pay, spend money in the economy. Of course, that's if we don't see a government shutdown, because if we see a government shutdown, the stock market's probably going to go crashing down tomorrow. So I will keep you guys updated. Make sure you're subscribed and you've hit the like button. Also, our 8 p.m. video tonight, my wife will be jumping on and we'll be discussing that hot mess express of a debate. Oh my gosh, I knew it was going to be like that. But we'll talk about that at the end of our 8 p.m. video tonight, so make sure to stay tuned for that one. And you can click on these videos to watch my newest stimulus check videos next. And this video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, and I will see you in the next video.